Hayes.
Now the ball pops loose, and Maple Grove's going to have it.
Right out in front, they score!
Welcome to a special edition of Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. As we make the transition from winter to spring sports, we're taking a look back at some of our favorite Sports Jam spotlight stories from the winter season. Park Center's girls basketball team was aiming for a second straight state championship. Early in the season, we met two key members of the Pirates, the Schaub sisters. They are double trouble for Park Center opponents. Senior guard Hannah Schaub, number 21, and her little sister, sophomore Danielle, number 5, are having a blast playing together.
Hannah Schaub to Danielle Schaub, layup good.
Like at home, we talk about the game sometime. We talk about like practices, and we always have like a connection now. I feel like we got closer through this sport, so I'm happy about it.
We go up to Lifetime a lot together. We work each other out. On the court, we pass each other. Like we know where each other are, so we help each other out a lot.
Last season was the first together for Hannah and Danielle as varsity basketball players. It was a dream season with an interesting twist, no pun intended. A late season knee injury kept Hannah out of Park Center's run to the state Class 3A title. For replacement in the starting lineup, then freshman Danielle, who hit a game-tying buzzer beater to keep the Pirates alive in the state final, a game they won in 3 overtimes over Marshall. It was fun but hard for Hannah to miss out.
It was really exciting and tough, like seeing her have to watch me step in for her, but she was really supportive, and I was supportive of her, so it worked out really well.
I was obviously sad, but seeing Danielle step up and like rise to the occasion and winning that one or making that one shot, it's unbelievable. She's good.
Between Hannah and Danielle and older sister Nicole, the Schaubs have played big roles in 3 recent success stories for Park Center. The Pirates won back-to-back state softball titles in 2010 and 2011. Nicole was on both champs and Hannah the second. This past fall, while Hannah was out with a knee injury, Danielle helped the Pirates reach their first state girls soccer tournament. They are close now, but with a 2-year age difference, there was a time when Hannah wasn't always so eager to have Danielle hang out with her friends.
She would like not let me, and then I was like, come on, just let me hang out with you. But then, so we hang out a lot now, so.
We kind of intertwine with her friends and my friends, and like I'll go somewhere and she'll tag along. I'll drive her somewhere and end up like hanging out with them, so we're close. We're actually really close.
I've known the Schaubs for my whole life. They were my best friends growing up. They're amazing girls. They're best friends and sisters. They get along so well on and off the court, and you can tell when they play. It's just everything's so smooth, and they're just really, really great girls.
This season, the Schaubs are both having good seasons as the Pirates have started out strong.
Hannah is a tremendous ball handler, very unselfish player, has amazing court vision, and obviously a Division I level player. And so to have her, and with all her experience, and to be a senior now and to lead her the way she is, that's a huge benefit for us. Danielle has just an interesting dynamic to her. It's a little bit different, but she's explosive, she can score. She's more, she'll take it to the rim and look to call her own numbers, so it's a good complement to Hannah.
While they do have some of the same skills, their differences in style and age have made Hannah and Danielle better.
I think I have helped her game a lot by my size, because I can, like, I'm her sister, so obviously I'm going to go harder against her and kind of beat on her. And I'll admit it, she's faster than me, and so she can, like, run, and I have to, like, chase her, and she's small, and so I don't really play against that, so we helped each other in, like, different ways.
I always like went to her traveling practices and helped them out. So I mean, practicing with older kids really makes you a lot better. So it helped me a lot.
The future is bright this season and beyond for Park Center girls basketball. Danielle's part of a super talented sophomore class.
I think all of us sophomores, since we've always just played together, I mean, gives us a lot of chemistry, and chemistry really helps a lot when you're on the court. But yeah, we've heard that a lot, that we don't play like sophomores, so that's a good thing.
And the 2014-2015 team hasn't been perfect against a beefed-up schedule, but they'll be in the hunt for another title.
We obviously had some losses that we wish we could have won, done some things differently to try to change the outcome. But we're still happy about how we've been playing. We obviously have a lot to work on, and we want to still keep rising.
The Pirates did, of course, go on to win that second straight title, beating Marshall in a rematch of last year's final. This time, Hannah Schaub was in the lineup next to her sister.
Champlin Park reached the state gymnastics meet for a second straight year. In December, we met a talented Rebels junior who has helped vault the program to new heights.
Taylor Guckeen grew up around gymnastics. The 16-year-old high school student took her first class as a toddler.
I started gymnastics when I was about 2 years old, and I've done club gymnastics, like rec gymnastics, and then now I'm doing high school gymnastics. So it's been a big part of my life for as long as I can remember.
Now a junior at Champlin Park High School, Taylor is a two-time state meet entrant for the Rebels. Last season, the all-arounder helped the team win a section gymnastics championship for the first time in school history.
That was huge. It was so much fun, and we had worked so hard, and that energy has really carried through into this season, which is also fun to see, and it was an awesome experience.
Taylor worked long hours as a club gymnast for 4 years prior to switching to high school before her freshman year. It was a change she was looking for.
It was just getting to be too much time, and I didn't get to hang out with my friends as much as I'd like. And so the high school has just been a really good fit for me because I still get to do it a lot, but it's just not quite as much time.
The commitment to the sport and work ethic carried over from club to high school. Coach John Wania loves that arguably his best gymnast is also one of the team's hardest workers.
You know, she's a phenomenal kid. In and out of the gym, she's an academic leader, she's a social leader, and leads by example. Just always working, and always when she's not working, encouraging one of the other kids, or even encouraging us coaches. So
there's another dynamic going on at Rebels practices and competitions. One of the team's assistant coaches happens to be Taylor's mom, Raquel.
Are you working hard right now?
Raquel Guckeen was a high school gymnast at Park Center and was the head coach for the former Armstrong Cooper team for a dozen years. She got back into high school coaching when Taylor joined the Rebels team in 9th grade.
She's the one that asked me to apply for this coaching job. She said, "Mom, I'm ready for you to be my coach." And I'm like, okay, I'll apply. And it's been working.
She's just been really encouraging, and she's never too hard on me or anything. We just have a lot of fun together. Like, we're always talking about gymnastics, and it's been a lot of fun having her as a coach.
you know, Raquel does a great job of running her events and not being overly hard or critical on her daughter, which is probably where I think I might lean if I had my kid on the team, and yet not favoring her at all.
It has taken some practice. Not in the gym, it's not hard, but I've learned, like in the car on the way home, I gotta, you know, I can't keep talking about what happened, especially if it's something negative. Positive, yes, but just not to bring the negative things home. We've gotten better.
Regardless of who has coached her, gymnastics has shown Taylor valuable lessons that she applies outside of the gym.
It's definitely taught me to work really hard and manage my time well, because when I was in club gymnastics, it was a lot of training every week. So it was get home, do my homework, and just, I think the most important thing is just work really hard, and it's been really helpful.
With more depth and perhaps even more talent than a year ago, the Rebels will likely be the favorites again at the Section 5AA meet in February. Taylor wants that more than anything, even as she sets personal goals for this season too.
Well, I definitely would love to make it to state again, hopefully in the all-around, and then maybe this year get on the podium at state for an event. That would be awesome.
Taylor and the Rebels finished 5th at the state meet, up 3 spots from a year ago. We're back in a moment.
The DeLaSalle boys basketball team wrapped up another championship season in March. Early in the season, Jason Melillo profiled Islanders senior and Brooklyn Park native Jarvis Johnson.
Jarvis Johnson wants to lead DeLaSalle to a 4th straight state title, and that will require the senior guard to be more consistent and effective on offense.
Last year, you know, we looked into Reed a little bit more. This year, I'm more aggressive looking for my offense, getting everybody else more involved in transition, so it changed my game a lot more.
He's got to be more of a scorer this year for our team, and I think, again, it shows his basketball IQ in that he's looking for that more, where in you know, he was more of a distributor in the last couple of years. This year, we need him to look for his offense. We're doing more things for him, and I've been really pleased with how he's accepted that role.
When he's on the court, Johnson is often laughing and smiling. Part of that is a pure joy for the game of basketball, but it also comes from knowing how precious life is.
It was so crazy because everything happened so quick.
When Jarvis Johnson was in 8th grade, he collapsed at basketball practice. His heart stopped.
And then they pronounced me dead because I was dead from 7 to 12 minutes. So after that, you know, you have no oxygen. So, yep, I was pronounced dead.
Somehow Johnson was revived and suffered no long-term physical damage. But a near-death experience like that does change your perspective on life.
Stuff like that doesn't happen regularly on a daily basis. So it just makes me put myself even harder, to go hard every day, even in the classrooms.
Johnson has poured all his energy into becoming the best student athlete he can be. Johnson will be a full academic qualifier when he graduates from high school, and he's been one of the most sought-after recruits in the state. Unlike some of the top players in recent years who have opted to leave Minnesota, Johnson will stay at home and suit up for the Gophers.
You know, growing up, I always wanted to play in the Big Ten, so it was between, like, you know, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Penn State, and a couple others. But, you know, I just wanted to start a trend. You know, why not stay here at home, play in front of my friends, family, you know, everyone in the community gets to come see me. So that's what it came down to. You
know, Jarvis has an extra gear that many high school players wish they had. He has it. You know, some can go to 4th, he can go to 5th in a hurry. He's also has a great basketball sense. He understands screen and roll on offense extremely well, very unselfish, willing to get others involved, and I think all those qualities are the reasons why the Gophers wanted him so much.
DeLaSalle is the preeminent program in Class 3A, and Johnson has started for the Islanders since his freshman year. A 4th straight championship would be amazing for a kid who embraces Islanders basketball almost as much as he embraces life. Jason Melillo, 12 Sports.
Jarvis lives with an implantable defibrillator designed to keep his heart in a normal rhythm. His DeLaSalle team won its 4th straight Class 3A title, routing St. Paul Johnson in the final.
We've met a lot of well-spoken student athletes throughout the years. One of them is a Breck School senior and basketball standout, going all out to make a difference at school and beyond.
It's said that leaders are people who influence and inspire those around them. That's a description that Breck senior Will Culliton aspires to. On the basketball court, the 6'3" senior guard says he's had time to grow into that leadership role.
Basketball-wise, I was a captain my sophomore year, and that was pretty difficult. I was really excited to be named captain, but then again, I was, you know, a little bit like, okay, I'm still an underclassman. There are upperclassmen on the team, so it was a different style of leadership. I tried to lead by example, and then it's as I've gotten older, it's kind of evolved into a vocal leader.
You know, he's well liked, he's well respected, and he's got a calming presence on the court. You know, that sounds kind of funny when you need intensity and where it is, but it gets down to the wire. You know, that calming is very helpful.
It probably doesn't hurt either that he's the Mustangs' best player. Will is averaging 24 points a game for a team that's ranked 8th in Class 2A. And with a sweet and deadly outside jumper, he's 3rd in the state in three-point shots made.
He's not a slasher. His jump shot, it's more like poetry. It's just, he elevates quickly, and it's just a classic lost art in a jump shot. He's fun to watch.
Will's worked for years perfecting his shooting, and credits the help of Minnesota's Mr. Basketball in 1996, former Gopher Mitch Onstead.
It's awesome. He was the first one to really teach me how to, like, the correct form to shoot a jump shot, and I gave a lot of credit to him for that. And but no, I go down there every Sunday. Every time I go down there, he's got something new for me to try and do and work on, and no matter how well I played the game before, he's always got something new for me.
That jump shot and leadership skills are certain to be put to the test on a whole new level after graduation. He'll be a cadet at the United States Military Academy at West Point, a place Will wasn't so sure about initially.
I don't have a military background. I mean, I don't go to a military school here. So I was nervous, but then when I got there and I realized that all the kids, I mean, at least all the athletes, they're really just like me. They're just kids that play sports, that like school, and that realize that there's more to life than basketball. That helped me with the whole decision. I'm also just looking to become the best leader I can be, and I think that going to that school will really put me in that position, and a good military leader as well as a leader in the workforce. So.
Will says the curriculum at Breck lays a good foundation for academic studies beyond high school. In the classroom, his strengths lie in words, not numbers.
I'm an English guy. My brother's a math guy. He's actually a mechanical engineer. He got those genes. I don't know where those went. I'm not the biggest math science guy. I wish I was, but I'm more of an English history guy. I also like a lot of this. Both my parents are in media journalism, and I found an interest in that, and I think that's pretty cool. So.
That interest in media led Will to start the lighthearted Breck News Network with some friends, headquartered in his family's living room.
Do you have trouble talking to that special someone? Well, boy, do we have a solution for you. Candygrams.
What? Will admits his career will more likely be in business management than in television, but that's a long-term goal. In the short term, he'd like to be part of a Breck team that can play in the state basketball tournament. Can it happen?
Absolutely. You know, I think that we all had it in our minds, freshman, sophomore, and junior year, but with a team full of upperclassmen, I think it's even more realistic.
Will and the Mustangs fell one game short of the state tournament, losing to Annandale in the Section 5AA final. We're back with more of our Sports Jam Spotlight show in a moment.
Welcome back. The state wrestling tournament is quite a spectacle. In early February, we caught up with an Armstrong wrestler who was poised to make a return trip to St. Paul. He just reached a milestone and plans to add some more highlights in the last month of his high school wrestling career. Armstrong senior Zach Rygg just posted his 100th career win.
It was good to have my name. My name was on the announcements too in school. I had people coming up to me congratulating me. That made me, made me all warm and fuzzy inside. So.
That milestone win did not come easy. Rygg is ranked 4th in the state in Class 3A at 182 pounds. His opponent, Seth Klein of Vercory, is rated 10th, and Zach held on for an 8-6 decision.
I love matches like that. I love matches where at the end I'm just got to lay down, just be gassed. Because I was pretty gassed, as you could see in that third period. So it's nice to have matches like that.
That match was part of a good season, but Rygg learned he needs to be ready for grueling matches.
I think things are going pretty well. Right now I think the key is to work on my stamina a little more. I need to be wrestling hard into the third period. I think mainly I can start out pretty strong in the first and second period, but the key to winning against those good guys is wrestling all the way through. So that starts in here.
It's Zach's 5th season on the Armstrong varsity. His strength is, well, his strength, but he's added to his skill set as his career has progressed.
His freshman year, sophomore year, he was all about muscle. Then junior, senior year, his technique is improving a lot.
Zach's a very strong wrestler, and he's pretty intimidating to a lot of his opponents, but he's worked really hard to get that, and that's something we try to use as an example from Zach to the rest of the team, is putting in that extra work outside of the room, because just what you do in the room alone isn't going to do it.
As for himself, Rygg says he's solid on his feet, but has plenty to work on overall.
I think I'm pretty aggressive on my feet, and most guys I can hit the takedown I want. But and also leg defense. I think I'm pretty good at defending most guys' shots and stuff like that. And on top, I got to work on some things, and on bottom, I got to work on some things. So there's definitely room for improvement in me, but I think overall I'm doing pretty well.
While Armstrong's team isn't doing that well, Rygg isn't the only standout individual. 170-pounder Eddie Gonzalez is ranked 6th, and they've helped each other improve.
A lot. I mean, we'd practice every day with each other. I mean, sometimes we would have different partners, but if we had the chance, we'd wrestle with each other.
Oh, we've helped each other a bunch, especially Eddie. He's grown exponentially in wrestling. I've been wrestling longer than him, and now he's neck and neck with me. So he just loves wrestling, and it's good to see him out here working as hard as me, and we're just pushing each other every day.
Rygg reached the state tournament last year for the first time, and it was as thrilling as he thought it would be.
Being at the XL is pretty awesome. There's a little under area there in the arena where all those guys are warming up. It reminds me of like the Coliseum with the gladiators. We come out the gates and we get to wrestling. But it's tough. It's a whole different ball game there, that's for sure.
While it might seem he'd be a lock to go back to state, Zach won't have an easy path. Section 6-3A isn't one of the toughest sections overall, but at his weight there are 2 more ranked wrestlers, Klein of Ricori and 3rd-ranked Vaughn Johnson of Wilmer.
I've never wrestled him before. He wrestled Eddie last year in the section finals, and another guy that's ranked in the top 10 is Klein from Ricori. So there's going to be a little dogfight at 182.
And a dogfight is something Armstrong Zach Rygg is primed for as he nears the end of a great high school career.
Zach did qualify for the state tournament and went on to place 5th at 182 pounds. We'll have our final story in a moment.
Wayzata's Greg Arnold finished his prep swimming career at the state meet. Jason Malillo profiled the high school senior in March.
After 12 years of competitive swimming, 4 of those on the Wayzata varsity, Greg Arnold decided he was done. He didn't want to swim his senior year and thought he might never swim competitively again.
After junior nationals, from August to November, I didn't get in the pool once. I felt like I had a falling out with swimming. Like, I wasn't interested, I wasn't motivated to swim.
Then something changed. The day after practice started this fall, Arnold wanted to swim. In 2014, the Trojans won the state meet, with Arnold winning gold in the 100 freestyle. But Arnold's sudden change of heart didn't have anything to do with winning races or setting records or even repeating as state champs.
What brought me back was the boys on this team. They mean the world to me. What motivated me to advance my success was also the team as well.
When this season started, Arnold hadn't been in the pool for 4 months, and he struggled, and that bothered him. To motivate himself, Arnold had a swim cap made with the word state.
It was a reminder of last year, of my successes, of our team successes, of the legacy that I'm carrying with me as someone on that squad who accomplished that feat of getting our first state title. And it also served as motivation for me.
Arnold's enthusiasm and drive is infectious on this team. In fact, he might be as good a leader as he is a swimmer. The Trojans were a very young team, and Arnold's guidance was a big reason for the team's success.
He's such a positive guy to have around on a daily basis, and I think that's probably the biggest thing he brings to the team is just a positivity and an excitement for the work that he does. He's obviously a very, very talented athlete, but pairing that with his ability to connect with his teammates and remain really excited about what he's doing has been really important to us.
I knew that there were a lot of younger kids coming in. I had a lot of experience. I have 6 years on this team under my belt. I have 12 years of swimming under my belt. And being one of 5 captains now, one of 2 seniors, and an established member of this squad really made me feel like I could instill some values, put some discipline in these kids, and really get them working towards every victory.
And Arnold did make it back to state. He qualified in the 50 freestyle, the 100 freestyle, and anchored the Trojans' 200 medley relay team. And that's a fitting end to his competitive swimming career. That's right, Arnold says he won't swim in college.
I feel like I want to focus on my education. I want to focus on my studies and my career for the future. And I know since swimming is a huge part of my identity, I may go through a little bit of an identity crisis, perhaps, of like who I am and like what is like important to me. But I'm sure I'll be able to work through that.
And while Greg says he won't swim competitively in college, he said he would consider joining a masters or club swim team.
And that will do it for this week's show.
We hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time here on Sports Jam.
Check out Channel 12's new mobile app, now available for Apple, Android, and Windows devices. Go to 12.tv for more information.